A financial investigation exposed corruption within Chief Adebayo's company. Accounts were frozen, contracts were cancelled, the luxury stopped overnight, the gifts stopped. The hotel weekend star stopped, the phone stopped ringing. I panicked. When I went to see him, the chief looked tired and defeated.
My wife has moved out with the children.
His associates had disappeared. A powerful man she admired was now just a frightened man trying to salvage what remained of his name. I realized I'd built my dreams on sand, so I ran back to Tunde, but life had moved on without me. During that time, he took a risk with help from Kola, none other than Kola. I realized I built my dreams on sand. I ran back to Tunde, but life moved on.
In those months, I took a risk with savings and a loan from me.
He had opened his own workshop. Kola, having quietly distanced himself from the chief before the scandal broke, started his own legitimate import business using the knowledge he had gained. The two young men formed a partnership, one handling automobile imports, the other repairs and customization. Business boomed. Within these two multiple workshops, Kola's company expanded across the state. Even Chief Adebayo, humbled by his fall, accepted a modest advisory role in Kola's new firm, learning to rebuild his life honestly from the ground up. The three men, once poor, once broken, once underestimated, found success through patience, discipline, and lessons learned the hard way. And Amara? She had lost everything she thought she was gaining. But the married man was no longer hers. The poor boyfriend she mocked was now out of reach. The young associate she never noticed had become a rising star. She watched from a distance as Tunde, now confident and prosperous, married a woman who had believed in him when he had nothing. Wealth built on shortcuts fades. Love built on selfishness collapses. But patience, integrity, and hard work, they endure. And so, in chasing quick luxury, she lost the lasting fortune that had once been right in front of her. Amara was beautiful, ambitious, and impatient with life. At 26, she was tired of struggling. She worked at a small boutique in the city, earning barely enough to pay her rent. Amara was beautiful, ambitious, and impatient with life. At 26, she was tired of struggling. She worked at a small boutique in the city, earning barely enough to pay her rent. Every evening, she watched expensive cars glide past the bus stop where she stood, and she promised herself she would never pour forever. Every evening, she watched expensive cars glide past the bus stop where she stood, and she promised herself she would never pour forever. That was when she met Chief Adebayo. He was charming, polished, and wealthy, a married man with influence and power. He showered Amara with gifts.
For you, my dear.
Thank you. Designer handbags, a new phone, weekend trips to luxurious hotels. He told me his marriage was complicated, but his wife didn't understand him. I knew he was married. I also knew I didn't care.
At the same time, there was Tunde, a quiet, hard-working young mechanic from her neighborhood. Tunde had loved Amara since they were teenagers. He wasn't rich. He didn't even own his workshop yet.
And he had dreams and a heart that was steady and sincere. He would bring her roasted corn after work. He would walk her home when the streets were dark. He would talk about starting his own auto business one day. Amara laughed at his dreams. "You're too small for the life I want," she told him once. Still, Tunde stayed. What Amara didn't know was that Chief Adebayo was not as secure in his wealth as he seemed. His business empire was built on shaky deals and borrowed money. "Chief has been so good to me. I trust him completely."
And unknown to Amara, Chief had his own secret, a young business associate named Kola, a sharp-minded, ambitious chance to prove myself.
Kola had been mentored by Chief, but he had bigger plans. A simple move the older man made. He learned, observed, calculated. Then everything changed.